There's a lot of turbulence in the labor market. I think it's an extraordinary amount of turbulence. I've been in this world for 17 years. I haven't seen, looking through the Great Recession, obviously, good COVID, huge spikes in unemployment, massive disruption and job loss. So I'm not equating it to this time right now. At the same time, I don't know if we've ever seen this much turbulence. Rise of AI, the demographic challenges where we're seeing older and older, population get older and older, federal landscape, interest rates, tariffs, all of these different things. Just so I think disruption is the word. They do the word of the year. I think for 2025, my prediction in January was disruption was going to do the word of the year. Probably by that prediction, like a lot of predictions, will probably be incorrect. But I think we are seeing a lot of disruption and a lot of turbulence in the labor market. It's definitely softer labor market than it was 3, 6, 9 months ago. At the same time, you could also say that there's still it's still been a resilient labor market, and their unemployment isn't all that high. We are seeing hiring. We're seeing both quitting and hiring kind of go down to levels. So it's just a lot of people, I think, afraid to move. Maybe people afraid, companies maybe afraid to do layoffs. So it's a lot of just kind of wait. I think there's been a lot wait and see in the labor market area. At Lightcast, one of our fundamental beliefs is that really important to triangulate data sources, to look at it from multiple angles and say what kind of what's really happening here, not from just one data set. So there's some questions, some good questions right now about where is the BLS at? What's going on with Bureau of Labor Statistics data? I think it's still a very trustworthy data set, providing a lot of value, a lot of great economists, processes there to route that data from states all the way up to the federal level. At the same time, BLS data, especially the National Jobs Report, is just one temperature check at one point in time, and it's always been revised. Those numbers always change because that's just the nature of when you look at a snapshot in time from a previous month. So other types of data that I think are really important, or things that we look at, are the JOLTS report, where you looking at job openings, labor turnover, where we get those quits numbers. Looking at the CPI releases every month to say what's happening with inflation, looking at the broader benchmarking of the data from QCEW, quarterly census of employment and wages, is really the gold standard of industry data. That's how we benchmark our government data against. Looking at that as it gets updated every quarter, as it gets those annual revisions, that's really, really important from a labor market perspective. Looking at job postings, indicators of job activity from Lightcast, Indeed, other sources. I think that's important. There's lots of different data sets, and then sentiment data from the Beige Book, as you mentioned, Ramona, other things where you can get a sense from, I think there's really lots of good surveys out there, but you wouldn't never want to make a decision on one survey, just like you would never want to make a decision on just one data set.